Well, good afternoon. Good morning, potentially. Good night, potentially. We are, we're live. And I didn't post the link to the stream in Discord like I did yesterday, so I'm gonna do that real quick. And then I'm gonna be going and playing some ASMR No Man's Sky. We're not doing the ASMR stream, nah. We're doing the normal ass. Welcome. Post in Discord. Sorry for last stream. What? Explain. Explain yourself. It is forbidden. What? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What are you doing? I'm going insane. I don't know what is happening. I'm sucking on a grape hard candy from Aldi. They have German hard candies and they're really good. We're trying to change the subject of the stream the entire time. Yeah. Frogia, how's it going? Wow, like oh my god, wow. No Man's Sky for reals. Yeah, I'm gonna play some No Man's Sky. I played a little bit, or I played for a couple hours last stream, and then I was like, I want to make a freaking periodic table tier list. Also, Frogia, welcome. Flemmy, welcome. How are you guys doing? BB Big Daddy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Read that in a country girl accent again. I don't remember how a country girl accent sounds. Time to get some more desktop backgrounds. That's actually kind of my plan. Is I just want to get some just see some cool stuff in the game. Like I'm not really working to an objective. I kind of just want to go to different planets and see Pacific and Northwest. I don't remember how that character sounds. Also, the soundtrack is starting. The music, I said this before, but the music in No Man's Sky is procedurally generated, and it actually sounds really cool. You mean you don't mean a country girl, you mean like a California girl accent, right? Because I can do that. Wow, like oh my god, like wow. No Man's Sky for reals. That's my best California girl impression. Grab some soda. I got myself some Mountain Dew Ice sitting right next to me. And we're back on the station. Have I been... I wish there was a better... I wish the menus in this game were better. As much as I like this game, the menus could be a lot better. Like, I want to have a real... I basically want the map from Elite Dangerous to be in this game. That's not a country girl. A country girl would have, a southern... Okay. Oh, okay. That's a freaking space station that just kind of warped into... Wow. That was, Ooh. That was kind of, I don't know what to call that. That was startling. I don't know what to say. My freaking train of thought is just gone because giant space station just warped into existence. I gotta talk to Specialist Polo. Okay, I'm shook. Thoroughly shooken. Request multi-tool technology. What did I get? Scatter Blaster Module B. What does that mean? I need a Scatter Blaster. I don't have a Scatter Blaster. I already have a shirt that has that on it. Damn, you freaking... I already have that shirt. Well, I had it at one point. I don't know if I still have it. I probably do. Be impossible to explore everything. This is Euclid Galaxy. This is the galaxy everyone spawns in. So this probably has the stuff that that most of the people built stuff in. There are, I looked it up, there are 255 galaxies in this game. And they're like trillions of planets in each, or trillions of star systems, and each star system has like 2 to 6 planets in it. And yeah, that's a lot of planets. That's a lot of, like, this game has been out for 2 years and everyone's still making first contacts with systems. It's crazy. But I just want to check out. So this is an ice planet. Icy, pretty cool. Try to find a village. There's no way I'm finding, like, someone's, creation. Unless I, like, purposely go to the Steam Workshop and, like, download one. Time until Polo is finished. 1 hour, 57 minutes. Now it's like turned into Warframe. There's like timer missions. That's nuts. This game have DLCs? No. There is one DLC that you got for pre-ordering, which is a ship, which I can actually show you. If I can make it to my, I can actually show you right now. Watch this. All I need is my capital ship. I wouldn't buy a shirt with Source Master in it in any capitals. The only DLC in this game, if I can find it. So I have 3 ships here. This is the DLC ship. It's a... I got it early, so it's not actually that good, but... I mean, I got it early in the game, so it's not that good, but... It is freaking cool looking. I like the look of it. I named it the Crystal Folly. And, it's got... twin wing engines. It's freaking cool. I want to trash this one though, because this is like almost identical to my current one that I'm... Yeah, it's basically the same as the current one that I'm flying, and it's trash. I don't like the look of this one. It's just better than my old ship, and it's the chunk because it's chunky looking. No, your jokes are never obvious. And realistic. That was my realistic answer that I gave. Which direction even was the planet that I was going to? This way? There's a frickin' planet way off in the distance. Okay. Where was I going? Oh, I was past the ship here. Do a quick scan. Oh, God! Get me to the planet quick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Damn it! And they frickin'... Would I have to fight these dudes off? I'm gonna fight them off. You know what? Screw them. I'm excited for the virtual reality update. Like, this kind of combat, I've done it in Elite Dangerous, but like in No Man's Sky it would be pretty cool. Oh, I have no shield. Shit. Should I recharge? Yeah. And my frickin' guns are overheating. There we go. Good. Hostile scans are the worst. I agree. Because it's like, oh, I'm making my way to this planet, and then all of a sudden, you know, you can't make your way to the planet anymore because there's a ship coming after you. There are pirates in the galaxy. Good, it's okay. It's got lots of trees on it. Let's find a good, like, clearing. Actually, let's do a quick scan. Ooh, there's something glowing. I wanna sit next to this, glowing thing. 1, 2, red, blue, how's it going? Uniqueness of it. Everything looks samey. Dude, you should have been there yesterday when I found, like, the crazy glitch planet. Like, it wasn't a planet, it was a moon, and it wasn't glitched in the game. It actually had, like, floating crystals and stuff. Like, these giant floating, what do you call it? I don't even know what I just used to repair that, but whatever. 33 nanite clusters. Okay, regular thermal protection, so that's good. But there were like these big floating obelisks, and it was pretty cool. I'll scan for a little bit. I don't want to scan this whole planet, but I want to see I don't know how many planets and moons are in this star system right now, but I kind of want to visit all of them. This is actually... You're right about things looking samey, but, like, they each do have their own, like, charm. Ah, there's something. Hello. just gonna blast this. No, there's frickin' sentinels. Gosh dang it. I'm scanning you. Get the hell out of my face. All the buildings, aliens, you're a tourist. Yeah, that's accurate, actually. But I kind of like it, like, there's actually places to stop by to make, like, make it not impossible to, like, in Elite Dangerous, as soon as you leave the bubble, it's like there's just nothing. It's just empty, and it's boring. There's nothing interesting to look at. Like, here there's so much interesting stuff to look at. Like, yeah, the buildings are the same, but you could say the same thing about Elite Dangerous. This is a better exploration game, and I like exploration. Meowth fan, how's it going? Long time no see. Oh, do I need, like, these things? What can I get from them? Marrow bulb. I need those. Hold on. Can you piss off? Freaking sentinels just babysitting everything that I do. Get out of here. Hello, person with a name I can't pronounce. Welcome. How are you doing? Can this sentinel just get away from me? Seriously. Go away. I want to zap. I wish to zap in peace. Good. Shoot it? No, because then it's like frickin' GTA. You get cops on you, and you get more sentinels. And I don't have good guns. I don't have good, shield upgrades for my suit. How much, I needed... The heck was it? Gather marrow bulb and cobalt. So I have the marrow bulb. I just need cobalt, which is underground. I'm gonna do this mission like right now. Hold on. Flashlight. There we go. Wait, is L flashlight? T? Okay, T is flashlight. Dihydrogen crystals. Ever considered a minigun? I have, but I don't have the moolah for it. Is there no cobalt in this whole... I'm supposed to be able to find cobalt. Find both marrow bulb and cobalt underground. So if I scan this, does it give me extra? No, it doesn't. Ah, here we go. How much do I need? 30? I think one of these should be enough. That's not enough. That's by one. No, I got it. Oh, I got it. Okay. Target outside local area. So, but I want to visit the, I want to get to the next Atlas station so I don't just, like, ruin my progress. Oh, God. Piss off. Yeah, goddamn. There's so many. Hold on. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, I'm dying real good. Oh, shit. I can, like, get oxygen from them? Huh. Oh, I, like, get frickin' toxin poisoning like crazy if I do that. Yeah, I'm frickin' dying. Hold on. Okay. Oxygen is a poison. Yeah, sure. Oh, I forgot to do this. Map it. I forgot to do this. The volume's really low. Options, general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That's better. Okay, let's look at the other planets. Let's see if there's anything else interesting out here. Abandoned planet. Ooh. Arrive in a minute 35. So I have a minute 35 to read chat. You're thinking of streaming too? Do it, just not now so people don't leave my stream, you know? You don't want to be competitive. Atomic Lizard, welcome back. How's it going? I can do like inventory management now. Pulse engine, got it. Oh, I don't have enough freaking engine fuel to make it back, so I need to shoot some asteroids. There they are. Okay. So this is the game I've been playing when I watch House. Like, I just play this game and I put House on and I just, like, veg out and, like, I end up watching 6 episodes at a time and playing this game for a really long time. I also did it with, just playing Spirit Board on, Smash Bros. Just, like, farm the Spirit Board for a while and then, watch House on my other monitor. Okay, I think that's enough to fully... Not quite enough. I'm gonna get more. No matter where you are, there's always something. Yeah, you got that right. Emptiness in Elite makes things more valuable. Yeah. That people would pay real-life money to find out where some neutron stars were in Elite Dangerous. But No Man's Sky's a survival game. It's not meant... It's not a space sim, really. It's like a Minecraft basic. It's closer to Minecraft than it is to Elite Dangerous. Where the heck was I going? I think it was this way? No, where the heck? That wasn't it. That's where I just came from. I am disoriented. Hold on. I wish this game had Elite Dangerous's map. Was it this far away one? I don't think it was. No, it wasn't. Because I haven't scanned this one. Paradise Planet. Oh, I like the sound of that. I'll check that out later, but... This one? Abandoned planet. This is the one. Okay. I wonder if any neutrons still undiscovered. I want to see a potential way to get to a different, like, outside of the Milky Way in Elite Dangerous. I know it's, like, currently not possible, but it'd be really cool if it were. To, like, make your way to, like, a different galaxy. I think that would be fantastic. Also, I've been to that one planet with the moon that orbits like super fast in Elite Dangerous. That was a cool place to land on, or to attempt to land on. Freaking blew my mind. I found that before I even like learned about it online too. It was really cool. Can't remember what it was called, but it does like a revolution every like 2 minutes. It's nuts. The galaxy's like Pinhead, a sandbox of emptiness. I know exactly what you mean. There need to be a wormhole. That's what the in No Man's Sky, to get to other galaxies, you actually have to make your way to the black hole in the center and fly into it. Imagine how insignificant you are when, in the grand scheme of things, when you think about how big space is. So that's why I just restrict myself to planet Earth and, you know. I want to do this, real quick. Let's get a nice banked... Hold on. Oh, that sky looks ugly, though. That, like, pixelatedness in the sky. Let me see. That's, like, really annoying to listen to. Let's get some cool-ass frickin' screenshots. There you go. Oh, I got a mission too. I finished a mission. Nice. Here, take your screenshots now if you want them. That's kind of a cool desktop background. Smell source stream around reasonable hours. Isn't that incredible? But I'm not in Europe like you are, so the reasonable hours would have been any time between like 11 o'clock to 10 o'clock for me. No Man's Sky is just cool background simulator. Yeah. It's more than that. But I don't want to land here because I want to make first contact. I forgot. I almost left and I was like, yeah, I haven't made first contact yet. I want to do that. Let's do a quick scan. Doesn't appear... This appears to be pretty desolate, so let's just land anywhere. Actually, you know what? Let's see if there's actually anything on this planet. Let's do a training outpost scan. Yeah, but where is it? Oh, it's not even on the planet. Hold on. Yeah, it's on a frickin' different planet. Are you kidding me? This planet has nothing. Let's land. No, there's plots. There's missions and stuff. Flora undetected, fauna empty. Sentinels limited. So there's one sentinel there. Low atmosphere. So I'm gonna be using up a ton of a massive amount of life support. Like, just walking takes double life support compared to other planets. Yeah, frickin' life support 50%. Let's recharge that right now. Also, you can never get enough magnetized ferrite. Just... I don't know, there's this, like, glitchiness that happens when you, like, there's nothing there, but it still says there's something there. It's really annoying. The planet sounds like America. You mean the planet I'm on? What country you from? Everyone here. Just out of curiosity. Because I like to know, it's kind of interesting to know where people are watching from. Kidder Litter, if you say that again, then you're muted or something, because I'm tired of hearing that. I want to know real country. I like culture, so I want to know about, like, where people are from. This is awful. This is the worst planet so far. Germany. Germany's good. I've been to southern Germany, southeast Germany in the Black Forest. It's really nice. Schwarzwald. Your parents don't let you you're like 19, aren't you? Your parents don't let you tell people what country you're in? Mid-Europe, I'd guess, Austria, Hungary, Romania. No, that's too far east. Poland. Yeah, Poland sounds about right. I don't have any hyperdrive garbage. I can't make any antimatter because I don't have condensed carbon or enough chromatic metal. It's not Poland. I'll just say I'm guessing Austria. USA. USA. Look at how fast my life support's going down. Like, sprinting's taking triple life support. Jesus. I'm out of freaking juice. Au jus. Wish you lived in Canada. Canada's a freaking nut house right now. Politically, it's weird. It's just in a weird state. A lot of places are in a weird state, but I think US is okay right now. Maybe that's just my patriotism talking, but I don't think... the US is a really nice place to live. Crime rate is not as high as a lot of countries in Europe. The economy is ridiculously booming. Unemployment has been lower than it has ever been in like 60 years. It's really good. Okay, let's see where else can I go. The only country that I'd want to live in Europe, if it got out of its funk, is France. I don't know why. I like France. I used to hate France, but now I like it. I want to go... This might be the last planet I go to. Paradise. The Paradise planet. Unemployment is the lowest in a long time in Germany. Germany's really nice, but Germany and California to me are in the same boat. Is like they're really nice places to vacation to for me. But I wouldn't want to live there. I don't know. It's a nice place, but it would be ruined if I lived there. You know. France is in a funk of open borders and stuff, and it's like, you know, the terrorism in Paris and all that garbage. It's... Yeah. What state do I live in? I live in Iowa. I'm gonna be living in Iowa for at least another year. I'm hoping I can, like, another state I'd want to go to is probably... The big city that I want to go to in the US, at least, is Atlanta, Georgia. Because that's where Turner Broadcasting is based out of, and I'd like to work at Turner Broadcasting. I'm out of fuel. I didn't have to actually stop. That's where you live? Atlanta, Georgia? Damn. Or Iowa. Which one is it? I don't know. Oh, nice. How is Atlanta? How's living in Atlanta? What's it like? Because I've only been there once for vacation. But I would like to go again. A lot of homeless people? Yeah, but it's a big city. That's expected in a big city. There's homeless people where I live, and my city's not even that big. It's like 100,000 people, so... Let's land. Let's land real quick. It buffers and stops for no reason. It's not on my end. I haven't dropped a single frame this stream so far, which is weird because on Sundays the internet always goes to shit, and I always drop frames. But let's go on the lighter side of this planet. Let's change angles real quick. After like 30 to 40 minutes of watching a live stream, it buffers and stops. You should just refresh, I think, because it's nothing on my end. If you refresh, it'll also get you to the latest what do you call it? The latest like minute of the stream. It's like Florida's invading Iowa. That was in I saw that. That was in my city where I live. I drive on that highway that she was shot. That's crazy. to think about. Oh, what are these, like, nasty-looking dick pillars? Wow. And the rusty red water. Let's do a quick scan. Let's land somewhere nice. Oh, a trading post. Perfect. Land, you bitch. Okay. These are like chode pillars. I don't know what else to call them. That's what they are. Florida man invades Iowa. Yeah. Okay. That's a freaking cool looking beast. Thing's huge. I got a lot of money for scanning that thing. I got 100,000 units for scanning that monstrosity. Wow. Behavior peaceful, diet mostly rocks. Wait, changes gender when cold? That's bizarre. Sounds like Canada. Look at these things. Now kill it. Nah, man. They are planet nipples. That might be more accurate. That's too stumpy to be a dick. Unless you got like a really deformed dick. Canada got the Florida sickness. Let's sell some stuff. I'm gonna go to the BRB screen right after I do this. I don't want to sell the chromatic metal. Geknip, yeah. I need these microprocessors for something and I can't remember what. Also the regular ass cobalt too. I saw my silver and gold. I don't use silver for anything. Gold I haven't used in a long time. It's not hard to find too. Platinum I'm not selling because that's hard to find. And what can I buy? Can I buy chromatic metal and like condensed carbon so I can just do that? Just like make warp fuel. These things. There's a new monster. No, is that the same monster? There's a new monster down there walking on 4 legs instead of 2. With like fungal growths on its back. That's a lot of money for scanning a freaking creature. That's ridiculous. It's a dog. It is a dog with a freaking rhino head, mushroom growth on its back. That's not a dog. That's a monstrosity. Okay, what gender alpha. Behavior friendly, diet stinging, leaves. Fears the rain. Interesting. And the other thing is a human. Yeah, by that logic, the thing walking on 2 legs is a human. Okay, I'm gonna hit the BRB screen real quick. And because I got a text and I gotta address it for just a minute. And I will be back in just a minute. I'll keep the game running so you have the soundtrack to listen to. Be back in a minute. A long stream requires long breaks. So I am back. I'll play a little bit more and then I'm going to start editing this video that I wrote yesterday and recorded today. Play for like 15 more minutes possibly. Anybody know a thing about cars here? I know a bit. I've worked on cars. Not a lot of cars, but I've worked on a good handful. I know how they function. Oh, that's kind of a neat ship. I just take a look at neat looking ships because you can buy all of them. Negotiate price. That's not a bad... It's not a bad price, but it's kind of a bad... The shield is worth the hyperdrive is better? Wait, what? How? I'm eating a thing, too. How is the hyperdrive? What is that? Does it just go farther or what? I'm gonna buy it. No, I'm gonna exchange it. How do I... Okay, yeah, let's... Let's exchange so I'm not using the chunk. Worth it. I'm gonna rename this stupid... Get rid of the dumb alien name from it. I'm going to eat something. I'm gonna eat something right now. Okay. Ask me your question about cars because I know a thing or two about cars. I like this larger inventory. It's very nice. Hold on, I gotta clear some notifications on my phone. So I can properly watch the Cubs game, the score go up and down. Baseball scores don't go down. I'm freaking dumb. And efficient thruster also works pretty well. There's not much else to do. Might go turn in these missions. And then, how far can a car go on 5 gallons? That depends on the engine and the weight of the car and a whole bunch of other stuff. Of course, larger engine cars. It also depends on the octane of the fuel you're using. What's the best pickup truck? That's a good question. Probably a Silverado. They're expensive, but they're durable. They're, I don't know. They're large. And large for a pickup truck is always good. You don't want to... If you're going to get a pickup truck, don't get a small one, because that's lame. Get a big one. So a Silverado is probably my best option for you. Or if you want a Japanese car, then a Toyota Tundra. But I'd say a Silverado. Best SUV? That depends. I know Cadillacs are nice, but they're expensive as hell, and they're kind of clunky. Actually, you know what? Best SUV, if you don't care about price, the best SUV is going to be the Tesla Model X, which has a perfect crash test rating. And, you know, all the nice things about being a Tesla. You never have to change oil. You get electricity's a lot cheaper than gas. All that stuff. Yeah, extra storage space in the front because it has no engine. Ford 15,000. Okay, let me tell you a thing or two about Ford, man. Ford is the pinnacle of trash American cars. Like, you want a cheap ass like car that's gonna fall apart in 2 months, you buy a Ford. That's like your temporary ass car. If you want an American car that'll last for a while, you get a Chevy or a GM. It's good stuff. Ford stands for found on the roadside dead, or fix or replace daily. Ford 15,000. It's a Fords are bad. Okay, I need to leave. I need to leave this system, but I don't have any I don't have any fuel to actually leave the system. Because I have a lot of ways to go before I can get to the next Atlas station, sadly. Cannot warp. Cannot warp. There's this car commercial for the Ford F-10,000. Oh, let me look it up because you've piqued my interest. Okay, this is I'm curious. Hold on. Ford 15,000.
Okay, chances are if you own a pickup truck, you're not using it to drive to the grocer's mart to pick up granny snacks for the seniors' home. You work for a living, and you need a truck that wants to do an honest day's work. Ta-da! The Ford F-10,000. The only truck on the market with chest hair upholstery and a gun in the glove box, just in case you lose yours. What would you say to a truck built to carry up to 18 other trucks? You'd probably say, because that's what an orgasm sounds like. Want to move a box of knickknacks to your college house? Put it in a sedan. Then put that sedan in the back of your Ford F-10,000 and tow it to a cliff. Set it on fire and give it a push. One less knickknack. Guess what? You just grew a third ball.
Okay.
So you're driving onto the beach to enjoy a day in the sun with your family, and your kids see a beached whale. Who's driving that whale back into the ocean? Not those other trucks. They couldn't tow a salmon upstream. But the Ford F-10,000 can not only tow that whale back to sea, you can fill it with water and give that whale a new home. Guess what? Your truck's a whale home now. Pretty cool, right? Wrong. Really cool. You just grew a fourth ball.
Great.
You want to drop a bale of hay into the back of this truck? Snore. Boring. Why not drop something bigger? Like a bale of horses.
A bale of horses. I like it.
The Ford F-10,000 can handle it? That's because you're an idiot. Oh, and guess who's eating horses tonight? That's right. The whale.
The
Ford
whale.
F-10,000 isn't even technically a truck. The U.S. government classified it as 8 tanks. Yeah, whatever. Words. We've all heard the expression, that truck is as big as a house. Well, get ready for a new expression. That truck has a whale in it, and that whale just ate a horse, and that horse was as big as a house. Don't be a NIMBY. Get yours at your local Ford
I don't know.
dealership
Thank you
today.
for showing me
The
this.
sale
This
starts
is
in
awesome.
October and extends to Truckvember. You won't see another sale this good until at least next Truckuary or Trarch. Ford F-10,000. Get it, then get your license plate that says 8 ball, because you're gonna have 8 balls.
Yeah. It's good thank you. Thank you for that. I think on that note, it is time to you know, move on to something new and interesting. Let's go to my capital ship. And, actually, you know, let's not go to the capital ship. Let's summon the capital ship. So I don't have to go nowhere. Spread the good word of the Ferd F-10,000. Even though the like, actual Ford are, like I said, they're kind of garbage cars. Okay, restore points saved. I can quit to desktop safely now. You feel like a Texan now. That might not be such a bad thing. Okay, what was I doing next? Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is start a thing for a new video. Because I recorded this video today, recorded the voiceovers for it. This is a full cartoon review. How about that? How about that? I'm making an actual full cartoon review again, which won't be done until next week. But I'm gonna get it done for a while, or I'm gonna get it done by next week. Yes, but I'm gonna be working on it now, so you get to see a little bit of it early. I don't think I'm gonna be. This is the only time I'm gonna be streaming the editing of it, so yeah. I can't get Ferd F-10,000 out of my head. Who am I and what did I do to Source? I killed him, I ate him, I took his name, and I am making a cartoon review out of the knowledge that I have accrued. You wish you owned No Man's Sky. Wait for it to go on sale because $60 is not a good price to spend on that game. No Man's Sky is a $60 game that's worth about $20. Gonna eat a handful of salt. Why? What the heck's wrong with you? What is that? That's redonkulous. Okay, let me get everything set up before I leave the BRB screen, because I'm gonna also take a bathroom break after I get everything set up. So let me do this real quick. Get everything in here. There are 22 voice files. Vocal audio voiceover files, so. And this show has 4 seasons, and I downloaded them all earlier today. Legally, I downloaded them all legally. Don't get your panties in a twist. That's a lot of files. You ate 2 hands full of salt. There are no illegal downloads in Germany, only illegal sources. That's reasonable, I guess. Oh, Jesus. This is gonna take forever to... Oh, God! Something's going nuts. He said sources. That's me. I haven't gotten to that point yet where someone says the word source and I, like, look over. Because no one calls me source in real life. They call me by my real name. Yeah, the U.S. has similar jurisdiction. Also, fair use. So when I say, let me just make this clear. I was going to make a video of this. I might still do it, but I haven't yet. Um, so I'm gonna make it completely clear. I did download all of these shows from the Pirate Bay. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm gonna like not do any. Uh, I'm not sugarcoating it. They're from the Pirate Bay, but it's legal because it's covered under fair use because I'm making a video out of it. I don't download shows off the Pirate Bay just to watch them. I download them to make things with them. So, yeah. Take me to court all you want. I will win the case as long as my lawyer knows what he's talking about. But yeah, I am completely covered by the DMCA and fair use, so there's no way what I'm doing is illegal. As long as I use what I download, as long as I make transformative use out of it, then there's no there's no what do you call it? There's no broken laws is what I'm saying. I did my research, I know what I'm doing. And yeah. I'm going to use the bathroom and I'm going to give you some song to listen to. Let's take a listen, or let's take a listen to the F-Zero Big Blue remix by Kumu. Have a listen to this while I go take a urination. Good music. Shoutouts to Qumu. Check him out on YouTube. Makes frickin' fantastic video game soundtrack remixes. It's really good stuff. Like really good stuff. And now we move on to oh man, the frickin' background just looped. That was crazy. Anyway, we now move on to the editing portion of the stream, and I guess you can take a look at my folders that I made here, or my bins, and take a look at what I'm gonna be doing, what show I'm gonna be reviewing. I'm gonna say it right now. I do not like this show. I have grown a distaste for this show, and I do not like it. So that's what this video is gonna be about. Is why I don't like this show. We Bare Bears. Do not like. Bad show. My Little Pony is a good show. I do talk about My Little Pony in this show, or in this video, to compare like character design. Not character like visual character design, but like character writing, you know. I'm gonna do My Little Pony's ending later this year, and I'm gonna do what I did for what do you call it, for Steven Universe, where I make like a retrospective video where I like go back, watch the whole show. I'm not gonna watch the whole show, but I'm gonna watch the end of the series, and I'm gonna like give my thoughts on the whole series, and it's gonna be pretty cool. Like kind of a longish video. Yeah, We Bare Bears it's got tons of flaws, and which I'm thinking is mostly it's mostly character. The characters are written super bad, and you'll kind of get to hear what I'm saying once I start editing here. So let's make a new sequence. We're gonna call this cutting board. This is how I normally do this. I haven't actually watched an episode of We Bare Bears in a long time because I don't like it. But I was watching one episode one day. I was just sitting in my bed watching TV, and I was watching an episode of We Bare Bears, and I'm like, this show is not good. And it just like suddenly dawned on me. I'm like, I don't like this show. And then I decided, yeah, I'm just gonna make a video about why I don't like it. And here we go. Now, let's put the voiceovers in place first. It's not that terrible. Oh, you got that pretty bad. It's a it's a very bad show. It's potentially the most lazy writing I've ever seen in a show. It's not cringeworthy, it's just super lazy. The writing is awful. I'm just gonna say it. We Bare Bears is my least favorite show on Cartoon Network right now. And I explain why that is in this video. Teen Titans Go is not a bad show, actually. I don't like it myself. It's not something I would turn on and watch every day. But it is not like I wouldn't record it on my TiVo and stuff. But it is not something I would be opposed to watching. If I was like in a room with a kid and they were like, I want to watch TV, and they'd turn on Cartoon Network and Teen Titans Go is playing, I would gladly just sit and watch it with them. But I don't go out of my way to watch that show. I think people make a huge deal out of Teen Titans Go being a bad show and it like ruining the original, but it didn't ruin the original because it's not, the original still exists. But I do think Cartoon Network needs to play less Teen Titans Go. It's like the same thing that happened with Nickelodeon and SpongeBob. Like, they need to play a lot less of that show. I have a text file? What does that look like in... Oh, wait. If I drag this into... I can't actually drag it into a sequence, but I can open it from here. Huh. Bizarre. I'm gonna name this Season 4, just so it's... Oh, God. The thing about Teen Titans Go versus We Bare Bears is that Teen Titans Go actually appeals to kids, and I don't think anyone watching We Bare Bears, like, any kids go out of their way to watch this show. It is, yeah. Oh, wait, what the hell? Oh, wait, is this in frickin'... Oh, it's in 5.1 surround sound. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is good stuff. I can do a lot of stuff with 5.1 surround sound. I did this with my Miraculous Ladybug review, and I'm actually really excited because I did so much cool audio stuff in that video. And let's see. How does it look? I do like the intro theme. Like, I don't like the looks. I don't like the looks of this show at all. And yeah. I don't like the looks of the show. Like, it's guilty of doing the Cal Art style, and it's probably the worst offender when it comes to generic looks for cartoons. I do like the, I have not seen that episode. I don't even know. I've only seen, like, probably, like, a dozen or so episodes of Teen Titans Go. I do just, like, let's just take a listen to, to this intro theme, because this is actually a really good intro. The music is really good. Good. You went to cry in your room watching that episode. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up in my other monitor. Hold on. What does it look like? Oh, it's got like a creepy face, and that's about it. Ew. It does have a creepy face. And that's about it. There's nothing else. It's just creepy looking. There are worse shows out there, I'll tell you that much. Teen Titans Go isn't the worst show on planet Earth. Have anybody ever wished to throw a Molotov? No? Is that a... That's kind of a weird question. I'm gonna have to duplicate the settings for this sequence. Wait. You need to watch what happens in the episode. Yeah, I might actually like go after the stream and like check out that episode just to see what's so bad. Like, there are bad episodes of Teen Titans Go, but there are really good episodes too. Like the what's that one 80s song? I'm gonna look it up. This one, this song. Yeah, that episode based on that song was actually fantastic. I will get my hands. I will watch Infinity Train when it comes out. That show looks promising. Victor and Valentino. I don't know if anyone's watched that one yet, but that show's actually really promising so far. It's a nice like adventure. I'm gonna freaking turn off. Give me a second. Get away from my. Go on Do Not Disturb so I don't get these stupid. The notifications, the Steam notifications coming up. I don't know when is Infinity Train supposed to come out? November 1st, 2016 is when the pilot came out. When the hell is it coming out? Post the yeah, go ahead, post the link. I want to check. I want to see like what the disturbing part is. When does it premiere? I want to know. Let's go on the Reddit, on the subreddit, and see. I know it's coming out this year, but I don't know. Should premiere in 2019. That's not helpful. That's okay. Whatever. You can post links. I don't have links disabled. I don't think. I can check. Let's quick do crap. Okay. Oh god. Let me I gotta delete these. Let's make a new sequence. Tracks. We need it to be 5.1. But I will render it in Wait. I don't remember how I did this for my Miraculous Ladybug review. Oh, you know what I did? I did adaptive, I think. Let's try this. I don't know if it's all of the seasons that do this. There's the link. Let's see. Let's check this out. Ah, crap it. Hold on. Let's look. I'm gonna get a copyright claim for this. This is a... If I play this too long, it's gonna be a copyright claim. I don't... This isn't bad. Oh, wait. Here we go. He goes like full human mode. Wow. That's bizarre. It's not bad though. It's not as bad as you're saying it is. It's I'm justifying the existence for the show. Why is there pregnant Robin? Yeah, I've seen worse SpongeBob episodes. I didn't watch it long enough. I can't watch it that long because I'll get the stream taken down for watching shows on stream. Yeah. Okay, I have to reinterpret like every episode of this thing. So let's try this. Let's modify, interpret, no, audio channels. Here we go. Adaptive. Let's try this. Delete this. Keep existing settings. Hold on. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Let's try... This is actually causing me problems. I like working with 5.1 surround sound, but it makes it hard. I have to interpret every episode. Yeah, it's a big project. No, I just mean right click and literally interpret, like go here, right click, modify, interpret footage. That's literally what I meant. Let's try this again. Sequence, preset. Let's do... Cutting board. Let's try this again. No, it's not frickin' working. It only makes one track, and there's supposed to be... Oh, there is background music. What the hell is happening then? Let's reinterpret the footage again. Right click, modify. I'm not going back to that video because, yeah, I already have a notification saying you got a copyright claim or whatever. Kids like weird things, dude. Don't just get off this topic because I'm not talking about it anymore. Number of audio clips 3. Okay, let's try this. This might work. Ah, here we go. This is what I want. Here we go.
Did we forget something?
The backpack.
The backpack!
Oh shit, it's only coming out of one ear. What the hell?
My wallet!
Ice Bear Ninja Stars.
I thought for a second there you said we let it.
Oh, the guy...
It's coming out of my left ear and not my right ear. That's pissing me off. What is this section though? What does this do? That's weird. Yeah, this is bad. I need to redo this. Let's try it again. This is actually kind of complicated. Let's do modify audio channels. Let's do clip 1 is going to be both left and right. No. I don't frickin' know. Can I do mono? Let's try this. Oh boy, here we go. Christ almighty, that's a lot of audio to deal with. I don't know if I want to continue with this. Look, that sounds fine. Dude, get off the topic. I'm done with Teen Titans Go. You're still on it, and you're freaking over analyzing. Says the one working on a video about a kids show. But you're just going. I said get off this subject, and because you're not doing anything productive with. I don't freaking know what I'm trying to say, but let's try this again. If we're not doing mono, let's do adaptive. Let's see how that works. Active channels per clip. Wait, what? Okay, let's do number of audio clips is 3. Active channels per clip is 1. No, okay. Let's try this. No, this is freaking... That's even worse. That's awful. I don't know what... This is like weird, the weirdest settings that I've ever dealt with for audio. I might have to just like render them all as stereo and just make it easy. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Okay, what was the issue with before? Let's see. So clip 1 is left, right. So left, left. Center, center. Then left. Okay, let's try this. Ah, this might actually work. That sounds good! Okay. But what is this? Hold on. What is this? Let's solo this. I think this is just the bass line. Okay, I'm gonna reinterpret all the things one more time. Let's actually just, you know, deselect. Because I only really need, ah, shit. Audio channels. So center, center, left, right. I think I only need center. Yeah, okay. So the episode audio isn't going to be in... The episode... What is it? Okay. See you later, Frogia. The episode isn't going to be in... stereo, but that doesn't really matter for a review. That's fine. And I don't get to edit in 5.1 surround sound, which is kind of upsetting, but I don't care. I can't care at this point. Let's scale the frame size, and let's begin. Let's actually restart editing. YouTube support 5.1? No, it doesn't. So I get to edit in 5.1 and then mix it down to stereo. It's kind of cool, but yeah. I think it supports 5.1 if you do a 360 video, but other than that, it's not the best. I did get my hands on a 360 camera for my phone, though, and it has 4 microphones on it, so you get 4 separate audio tracks when you bring it into Premiere, which is actually really cool. Yeah, I don't care too much about this. There isn't gonna be much actual show audio in here. What was cool about the Miraculous Ladybug, all of the episodes of that, is that it was in 5.1 and the music and the voiceover were in different channels, so I was able to edit them separately or mute one entirely. It was really nice. Let's make a new sequence, call it final. And paste. I didn't copy. And let's bring all the voiceover back in. Shit. There we go. I'll space these later. I think on the network, like Cartoon Network, Nick, or Disney XD will ever release a 360-degree show. No, because they don't have 360-degree TVs. You need a... They don't have... Let me put it this way. They don't have virtual reality TV channels yet. So there's no way to actually watch a 360-degree show. Unless it was on YouTube, which I believe at the moment, like YouTube and oddly enough, Pornhub are the only sites that I can think of that have 360 degree video support. VR tech is more common. VR tech is already really common. Like, you can buy a $2 piece of cardboard from Google and watch virtual reality videos. But just people don't do it because they don't have any reason to do it. I don't think there's a market for virtual reality shows. Virtual reality is for games and simulations at the moment. Porn will clear the way for children's shows, yes. Sure it will. Let me, I gotta cut this. Ah, I wanted to turn the volume down and I turned the size down. That's not what I wanted. Hold on, here, listen to this. This is the first clip, and here we go. We Bare Bears is a show on Cartoon Network, and I'm gonna say quite possibly my least favorite currently running show on Cartoon Network. And before you ask, yes, I'm considering shows like Teen Titans Go and Total Daycare better than this show. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but I'll be explaining why I kind of hate this show. Yeah. I do not like this. But I do like the idea of making a video about why I hate a show. It's a... We Bare Bears is a show on Cartoon... Yeah. I will get copy striked. What? I will get copyright striked by myself? Hello? I did put a copyright strike on someone's channel who actually just did a straight re-upload of one of my videos. Freaking dumbass asshole. You had 4 views on that video, and I'm like, that's too much for you because you didn't make it. Okay. It was, what was it called? Half-Life Fans in a Nutshell. Got a... Copy strike. That's such a dumb word. I don't like the sound of it. I don't know how this is gonna be a bad. I might not keep going with the editing, cause I gotta like get together. I gotta like put a framework together before I can like start putting stuff together. Because at the moment I'm just gonna be staring at my computer, not talking. So I might go keep playing No Man's Sky for a bit. I'm gonna close this out. Let's put the BRB screen on just to make sure I know what I'm doing. I've been streaming for about 2 hours. I could go for another hour of what do you call it? Another hour of No Man's Sky. Just had someone approach you about the upcoming tournament you're trying to start. Where are you running that? I gotta know. Okay, I'm gonna play more No Man's Sky. I'm gonna play No More Sky. Possibly at the LAN. You gotta a way to get there. You need a ride, because I don't know if I can give you a ride, because I'm gonna be getting right out of work and going straight there with my computer and shit in my car. What sucks is that I live even further away from the school. So if I need to like grab something from the LAN, I can't just rush back home for 10 minutes. Thinking of promoting it now? Hell yeah, dude. Get some more people. We need a ton of people to come to the LAN parties, cuz we were down we were way down when it comes to what do you call it? For attendance this year. I'm gonna be playing more No Man's Sky. Just because this game is dope. This game is like, I like to call things like, I'm not a stoner myself, so I don't know what like games stoners like, but I know I can call a game a stoner game, and I know exactly. I'll have to like explain what that is someday. Like Tony Hawk Pro Skater's a stoner game because it feels like something a stoner would play. Like Skyrim's a stoner game. Like any Elder Scrolls game is a stoner game. I feel like this is kind of a stoner game, but not really. There's a Smash website for Iowa? Huh. Should put some get an account signed up on that, put some things out. We're having a Smash tournament. Because we need more attendance for wait, where was I gonna go? I don't remember. I don't have hyperdrive fuel, so I might go do that. I can actually make hyperdrive fuel from inside my ship, my capital ship here. So right here is a portable refiner that I can put some I don't have much carbon though, but I need carbon. I don't remember how much it takes, but I also need to make chromatic metal, which I can do with the other refiner, which I might just move. I don't have fuel for this one though. God damn it. You need someone to make a digital version of your logo. I mean I could take a look at your logo, see how see if I could make it into some kind of vector. I like how I can actually put the refiners on ships, which is really helpful. Okay, chromatic metal is next. So I need copper to do that. It's pretty simple. Soapy Bubbles, how's it going? Long time no see. Welcome to the stream. After an update, the ship generation changed. And the bridge where your spawn point was didn't generate a doorway? That's freaking nuts. That's ridiculous. That's what a... So you're just trapped in a room with no doors. That's upsetting. So let's craft some antimatter housing. Actually, I can do more. Hold on. Shit. Craft more. So I can make 2 warp cells. Actually leave the system. Charge up that. Damn. What's this game? This is No Man's Sky. I don't think I have enough condensed carbon to make more antimatter. I don't. It is very... It's your color palette, I'll tell you that much. Like, every planet that I end up going to is going to be basically the colors that you seem to use in your artwork. I'll get to a planet real quick, because I need carbon. Have I been to this planet yet? I have not. It is a charred planet. Let's see. As TVs are in the downfall, and be less prominent than online-based streaming services. Might that affect that? It might, but I still don't see it happening realistically. Also, I think Netflix is gonna die in the next, probably within 5 to 10 years. Netflix is gonna be gone just because of how anti-consumer it seems to be. Not anti-consumer, but it's it's I don't know what it is, but like freaking Netflix doesn't. It's first of all, Netflix is in like a few $1 billion of debt, I think. Or at least multiple $1 million, not billion. Oh yeah, ads in paid service. Amazon has ads, but it's only for their original series, and you can skip them. So, speaking of Amazon, there's a link in the description of the stream. Sign up for Amazon Prime, support me at the same time. When you sign up for a free trial of Amazon Prime using the link in the description, I get support. I get paid by Amazon. Why am I getting paid so much? Speaking of getting paid, I'm getting paid a ton just for scanning things. Like 18,000 units just for doing that. Oh, hold on. I need a flashlight because I can't see dick. Too many Netflix TV shows. Yeah, Netflix originals are oversaturating, while like the stuff that people want to watch is not there. I used Netflix for about a day, and I'm like, I don't like it. I would rather Netflix go back to the mail-in DVD rental place. You know, you can rent 2 DVDs at a time, and then when you can keep them as long as you want, and then you send them back. And then I think they still do that? I wonder. There are people living here. I don't know. I guess it's like whoever runs these stations. I can't see the stations from here, but can I see the stations? I think that's it. Yeah, that's the station. Okay. If I zoom in. Yeah, there it is. So I guess I beam it up to the station and then they do that. Okay, so I need carbon. Where can I get carbon? Ah, here we go. Redbox exists. Yeah, Redbox, I still like Redbox. Like, that and Family Video is actually still open, which is, I go there for, like, a ton of stuff. If I want to rent a movie, Family Video is the first place I go. I don't even do it online, because online's way too expensive. Like, I got a Blu-ray player just so I could, properly rent movies. Redbox is forever expanding. You know they're owned by McDonald's? Like, that's why you see a Redbox outside of McDonald's for, like, almost every other McDonald's has a Redbox outside it. I think it's owned by McDonald's. Let me make sure. Let me look this up. Redbox McDonald's. It is... Let me search the Wikipedia. Was initially funded by McDonald's. Okay, so it's not owned by it, but it's funded. But they are a huge shareholder of it. What is Redbox? They're literally DVD vending machines. That is exactly what they sound like. DVD video game vending machines. Can you piss off? I'm gonna shoot you, dude. There are more carbon crystals, so I don't have to... Oh, wait, was that enough condensed carbon to, like, make... Oh, wait, hold on. I can make more antimatter. Okay, cool. So I have a ton of warp fuel now. So I might as well just leave this planet. Also, these are actual penises. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. Those are just dick plants. I've seen more and more pop up. Yeah, they're outside of, like, every store. They're I guess they're, like, really cheap to get installed or something. Oak seeds. You mean acorns? But acorns aren't on, like, stocks. They're just, you know, whatever. Okay, so I can leave this system now. Make my way to the Atlas station. So let's open the galaxy map. Let's go to Atlas Station, or in the next thing. The German word for acorn and dickhead is the same. That's actually really useful to know. I guess because they look like frickin' dickheads. Penis heads. That makes way too much sense. Holy shit, dude. You just blew my goddamn mind. Jesus. I always go to the station just so I can buy the suit upgrade that they have at every station. Which gets 1,000 units more expensive, or 10,000 units more expensive every time you buy one. Korvac. Yes, please, upgrade. 150,000 units. But I make that just by scanning stuff, so... I actually should see. I don't think I've seen it before, but I should see if they sell, like, copper, carbon, anything like that from here. Wait, what is the, antimatter can be made by chromatic metal, but... Chromatic metal, cadmium, emerald, and iridium. I don't know. Don't think I've ever seen anything but copper. There's sodium. Chromatic metal! Oh, yes! I'm just gonna buy a crap ton of this. Buy the whole stock. Nah, that's way too much. Let's do, I don't even know if I have enough, let's do 500. Because it's really hard to craft, so... And you need it to make a ton of stuff, including warp fuel. Most importantly, warp fuel. There we go. Can I made a helicopter with all that copper? I can't. High temperature planet. Do I want to go to another planet or do I want to just jump to the next system? Let's see what chat wants to say. Visit planet or jump to next system. Go attack a fleet? No, I'm gonna die. Go to planet in the next system. Okay. So, next system it is. Because it's a long way. It is a long way to the next station. And let's see what this planet's all about. Do a quick scan. Humid planet. Huh. And there is this planet. Lifeless planet. I want to go to this one first. Is there sounds in this game? What? Do I not have the volume turned up much? Hold on. Yeah, I had it turned down pretty low. Sorry. My fault. I apologize. The sound's really good. I have these giant stereo monitors, like these, or the studio monitors in my room connected to my computer, and I play it with those sometimes, and it sounds beautiful. I need more regular engine fuel. Oh wait, this isn't even the kind of asteroid that I want to shoot. Overheat. Gosh dang. Text if you need help moving. Will do, man. I'm probably gonna need... I probably need more, like, vehicles than I do, hands, though. Because I got, furniture, mostly. Like, all my possessions I can, you know, move on my own car. Just take a couple trips. But for the furniture and stuff, I'm gonna need, vehicles. Trailers, maybe. I might just end up renting a U-Haul for a day. Let's see what this ends up looking like. I just splashed Mountain Dew ice all over me. Islands? Are you kidding me? Where's the mainland? See you later, Flemmy. Have a good one. Can I get... I'm gonna leave the planet just so I can get to mainland instead. Can't I drive? The mainland is the ocean. What you're seeing is the ocean below. What I want to get to is this over here. Wilder. There's the mainland. That's what I want. Bottom of the ocean is land. I can't land my goddamn ship there. Kidding me? I need a submarine, and I don't have that built yet. See you later, Flemmy. Have a good one. Ah, yes. These things look like morel mushrooms. Crossed with pine trees. Some really bassy ship noises. I don't think I've ever heard my ship do this before. I guess this is a new ship. Let's take a land right here. Are those tires? No, they're like weird rocks. Let's scan one. Oh, Extreme Sentinel Planet. I can't stay here for long then, because I'm gonna get attacked. I want to scan these animals though, because they give me a lot of credits for scanning. And the flying ones. No, sentinels. No, sentinels. Okay, I saw one in my periphery and I just ended up flying away. Oh yeah, the music in this game, for those who don't know, is procedurally generated. Meaning there are about 10,000 audio phrases pre-recorded. And depending on what you're doing, it picks and chooses from them. What is that thing? It's like a big mushroom. I kind of want to scan the big mushroom. That's a big mushroom. I want to shoot it. Oh god. So there's extreme sentinels here. Frenzied sentinels. Scan a few more things just for some more cash. Giant ass mushroom, you got that right. That's the only one in this area too. Like I stopped just for that. I think there's one over there. There's a couple there. They're not super common. They're not like the regular trees here. Okay, let's leave this robot-infested planet. And recharge my warp drive. Hold on. Let's go to the next system. Which is... it's a lot of jumps to the Atlas Station. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to... Did I even go to the station at the last one? Rattling planet. What does that mean? I'm curious. Warped 30 times. Getting achievements. I want to see what rattling planet means. Maybe there are rattlesnakes? You never know. It looks desolate. It looks like a wasteland. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is like it's like the hive race from Kenshi. That's cool looking. I like it. But what does it mean by rattling? Let me land. Also, first contact. I've been discovering a lot of planets on this stream. First contact. So, what is the weather? Internal rain. Wait, what? Internal rain. These weird floating plants. Oh, hello. Subterranean relic. But these things are floating. Hold on, I'm gonna scan more stuff. They are plants. It's weird looking. For a second I thought they were all facing the same direction, but they're not. Some type of civilization. Nah, they're floating plants. It's cool. Nutrient source not determined. Yeah, that's a good... No, it's Night Stalker. Primary element carbon. Age perpetual. So it's like indefinitely old. And let's start digging. Hello. So here is just a regular old cave. All the caves in this game look exactly the same, so I'm just gonna continue on without scanning everything, because the surface is 1,000 times more interesting. I'm gonna scan. I'm basically gonna scan everything on the surface that I can find, like these like barnacle tentacle plants. You want some... It's a Night Stalker, so that means... What is night? It's nighttime right now. Let's turn on the flashlight. It is night. See the stars moving. Also, this creepy music. Listen to this. I want to break one. I'm going to zap one. First, I'm going to scan this. They're going to stalk you at night. No, it's lonely. I'm going to zap it. Put it out of its lonely misery. That's a good amount of carbon. But I want to zap this big boy. The frickin' hammerhead shark looking dude. It's shaking like mad. That's a lot of carbon. I've never seen a planet like this. This looks really cool. Gold deposit. Oh, gold. Far away. I could walk there, but I'm not going to. Copper. Curious deposit. What the heck? Curious. Let's recharge life support. I need a frickin'... I either need to get rid of stuff, or, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of stuff. Some ferrite dust. Because I can always get ferrite dust from anything. I'm gonna recharge this with that. Get rid of some sodium. I don't need that much sodium. But I want to see. I'm just gonna run. I don't have vehicles. I haven't made any vehicles yet that I can spawn in. You gotta craft them. You gotta build them. That looks like a face. That really looks like a face with a mustache coming out of its mouth. Don't tell me that's not a face. Curious deposit. Hello, Mr. Sentinel. What is this? Monstrosity. Chloride lattice. Oh, it rolls. Oh, it rolls. Don't get away from me, though. Weapon charge depleted. Gosh dang it. I gotta keep track of this while I recharge my weapon. I can... Mining beam... Phosphorus? Sure. Come back! Chloride lattice. What does that do? Used for upgrading. So I guess I can refine it into chlorine or something. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm yawning because I've been streaming for quite a long time. Not that long, but you know. Is there anything else curious? There's that gold that was over there somewhere, but I can find gold in any system. I'm just gonna run back to my ship and leave because this planet is... It looks cooler than it actually is. It's kind of boring. There's no animals here. And it doesn't seem... Let's actually do a scan. If there are any trade outposts. No economy scan. Oh, I don't have an economy scanner. I forgot to frickin' build one when I bought this ship. Let's build one. I don't have that. I don't have technology modules. Okay, let's just do a regular scan then. And there's nothing here. Okay, this plant sucks. Let's go to the station and then buy a inventory upgrade. Three, 2, 1, 0. Yeah. Wait, I wanted the, yeah. Okay. Suit upgrade, inventory upgrade, all that jazz. Give me this. It's getting real expensive, though. Look how expensive it is. 160,000 units. It goes up by 10,000 every time. Every time you buy one, the next one is going to be more expensive. But that means I have a huge inventory, which is always good. No chat. Did everyone leave? There's still 3 people here. Scatter blaster module. I don't have a scatter blaster. I'm getting rid of that. Oh, I want to sell the, let me just sell it to one of these dudes. Sell items. I want to sell the... I'll sell these because they're not worth much. I want to get rid of... I have so much cobalt that I don't need these. Vortex cubes. Get rid of them. Let's sell, like, that much cobalt. Now let's see, what can I buy? That's all he's got? That's lame. You're lame. Hello. What can I buy from here, though? Boom. Technology modules. I needed those. What else did I need? I needed antimatter, which I can make. Salt refractor. I don't know what is this? Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna actually do some trading. let's buy a crap ton of tradable goods. Like this stuff. The most... I think this might be the best bet. Let's buy out the whole stock. And then sell it at the next system because it's gonna be a higher value. As long as it's not negative 11%. Oh. Well then. Let's not do that then. Let's warp to the next system. I am able to jump a couple light years farther with this ship than I was in my last ship. Welcome. I'm just gonna jump to the next one and then probably gonna have to make more warp fuel. I don't have warp fuel? Okay. We need a big ship. Yeah. I want to play this game without the HUD though. Like the I like the like minimal HUDs in games, which is part of the reason I haven't played Elite Dangerous in a long time is because the HUD is just so overwhelming in that game. Have fun, Soapy Bubbles. Nice seeing ya. Yeah, it's been a long time since you stopped by for a live stream, but it's been a long time since I streamed at a reasonable time. Now, carbon. Yeah, stop by whenever you can. It's nice to see tons of faces at the live streams. Okay, now... do I want to make... Okay, I can make more. I'm going to use one of these to make... No, that's not what I want. I need microprocessors. I don't have microprocessors. Okay, I'm going to use all of it to make warp fuel. I don't have ferrite dust. Are you joking me? Okay, I can make ferrite dust. Don't worry. Oh, wait. I can use oxygen to make carbon, which I kind of need. Oh, wait. What? What was I doing? Okay. So now I'm going to use this one to make ferrite dust out of pure ferrite. No, that's going to make magnetized ferrite. Okay, what do I use to make... No. I'm lost. I'm stuck. Pyrite? Okay, here we go. Pyrite works. Use this to make a more, yeah, okay. This is, crazy. That's not gonna be enough, though. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. What else? I don't want. What can I make this into? No, that only goes to pure ferrite. I need ferrite dust. I don't even have enough for 1 warp fuel. Oh, that makes salt. Okay, I'm working with this. I'm like being a chemist right now. I could use the uranium. It's a 1-to-1 output, which would be enough for 2 warp fuel, which I think is worth it. Fucking inventory management, the video game. Here we go. That's 1 warp. Now I need a 2nd warp, which might take a while. What else? What else? What else? What else? What can I do with... I can't actually do anything with antimatter in this thing. Nothing. There's nothing else that I can... This turn into... No, that turns into dihydrogen. Come on. I'm running on fumes here. Because I'm too lazy to go down to a planet. But now I can leave, because I have enough warp fuel to leave. Decaying nuclear planet. I don't want to go to that, I want to go to the next system. I'm basically going to skip over this next one, though, because I want to go to the... I think I'm going to get to the Atlas station and then end off the stream. Because I am hungry. I can smell food cooking in the in the background. If that makes any sense. No, it's 1 more jump. Ugh. Okay. I thought I'd make it, but I won't. Oh, this next system actually has a lot of planets. So I'm gonna bookmark it, or I'm gonna name it something that I can remember. I don't think you can actually bookmark it. 6 planets, that's a lot. Let's... Let us rename and upload. Lots of planets. So where's the closest? This is the closest, so... Viridescent. I don't remember what viridescent meant. I remember I looked it up. Salvageable scrap, barren planet. So it's like a desert, I guess. That didn't scan. What? X Cobb exploits. How's it going? I commented on Living Tombstone Discord. That's a good song. Toxic planet. I don't want to go to a toxic planet. Let's see. Is there anywhere good? There's any good planets around here? Also, welcome to the stream. Someone new. Just. It's just called Just. And it's unmapped. I want to go to that one. And I'm going to keep the name Just. Subscribe. Thanks for subscribing, dude. I'm looking at the score for the Cubs game on my phone. I get notifications for Cubs scores. Cubs 3, Diamondbacks 3. What's this game? This is No Man's Sky. Space exploits, like space Minecraft, where you have a spaceship and you can fly from planet to planet, from star system to star system. It's a fun time. So I'm going to this next planet here. It's really cool. I really like there's no loading screen when you're going to a planet. I might need to stop and get more fuel, but I think I could make it. Do I like memes? I like certain memes. I could say subscribe to PewDiePie, but I might not mean it, because I think PewDiePie, it's about time he gets he's been top YouTuber for a long time now. I think it's time to turn the tables, for something to change, you know? Can I get to this planet? That was a lot further. He's losing. Shame. What a shame. I don't like TC. Okay, I'll say it right now. I don't like PewDiePie. His videos are not entertaining to me, but I don't like T-Series either. So I'm basically on no one's side. It's basically the 2016 United States presidential election all over again. Welcome to Just, the planet named Just, which I just discovered. I believe I just discovered it. It's a cool place. It's frozen, dude. It's super cool. Whole place is frozen. Let's land. Look at these things. There's a cat, or like a weird monster alien. It looks like a cat, just a little, it's a little horned kitty cat. Oh, jeez. Okay. That thing needs to die. The sentinels are activated. And are these rocks? Like, can I break these? Oh, yeah, I can. Let's do a quick scan. Because I know it's going to give me iron or ferrite, which I need, I need more. No, that's not what I want. I want the other kind of ferrite. I want ferrite dust, not pure ferrite. Okay. Oxygen, carbon. I need more carbon. Oh, it's getting nighttime. Oh wait, you see that? Is it gone? Yeah, there was a ship flying overhead, but it's behind the mountain thing. Eat bread with Nutella. I was never the biggest fan of Nutella. It's glorified frosting. I mean, of course, it's chocolate. Everything chocolate is good. Not everything chocolate, but a lot of chocolate is good. Wait. I can pick these up? Frostwort crystals. Hello? I want all of these. I want to keep them. Because I don't know what frost crystals do, so... Rare materials you usually just gotta keep and see what you can do with them later. That's the last one. Okay. So now I can make antimatter. Whoops. What am I missing? More ferrite dust? I just zap this and get it. Without the sentinel looking at me. Gotta go. Have a good one. Oh, it's cold. Why is my phone going off? Oh, I'm getting like, it's reminding me, like, do your French lesson, man. Learn French. Understandable. Why is that, like, red? That's weird. Anyway, let's charge this up. To the Atlas Station, and then I'm gonna end off the stream. Atlas Station, next system. I'm gonna be doing... just stopping by the Atlas Station and then end the stream there. Atlas interface, there it is. Four, 3, 2, 1. Wait. Oh, yes. Whoa, this thing's... each time I come into one of these, it looks different, and it's cool. Nice. I'm gonna learn the Korvax power for... Korvax word for power, sorry. The last one. Is it going to give me warp fuel like it usually does? No, it's not. Dark matter. Whoa. So now what? Ask for seeds. What is that? Okay. That's just about the end of the stream. I'm gonna hit this screen. Anyone who's still watching, thanks for coming by. Make sure you check the link in the description, join the Discord if you haven't already. And that's all I got for you. That's the end of the stream. It was kind of a long one, but yeah. Thanks everyone for coming by, and that's it.